I was exposed to alcohol at a very early age. By the time I reached class 7, I used to buy and have it. One of the reasons why I got into having alcohol so early is because I used to wet bed. I did it till I was 16, and on the process, I developed low self esteem, fear of rejection. I had created my own world in imaginary world. I used to find myself comfortable there. Because of my addiction, I could not do well in studies. I did not clear my graduation. But instead of repeating it again, I decided to do LLB in Calcutta University. But that's where I got into hard drugs. Then I became a poly addict. I used to drink as well as take drugs. Then I lost everything. I lost values, I lost social boundaries, moral boundaries, and I sold everything. I sold my books, I sold my clothes, I sold my mattress, bed sheet. Then somehow I managed to finish LLB in Calcutta. Then I came back home. I had a job as a teacher in SUMI. I was a teacher in one hand, in the other hand, I was a hardcore junkie. I had become very, very irresponsible, and it was the darkest phase of my life because nobody would trust me. Everybody started avoiding me. I was alone, and I felt alone. I work in a school where there are 3,000 students, 100 plus staff members, but I was alone. One morning, what happens is you either wake up with a terrible withdrawal symptoms, or you wake up with a very, very clear mind, and withdrawal symptoms is going to take place, but it's going to take place after 20 minutes or something like that. That time my head was very clear. And that time I felt, what's happening in my life. Then there's a huge poster of Jesus Christ in my room, Then I knelt down to him and I prayed. I told him, crying, that, Jesus, what's happening to me? Please, please, please take me out of this pain. And like a miracle, after 3 days, something happened. There was some kind of arrangement that was made to take me to a rehab center in Sikkim. I went through a terrible withdrawal symptoms. Then after the 9th day, I was asked to attend the first class. Then I realized it was a rehab. Its treatment module was a holistic approach with 12 steps. And holistic approach means it's like physical, mental, spiritual, that with 12 steps. 12 steps is a Bible-based program. The spiritual side was very, very difficult for me. Humility was the basis of this recovery, then honesty. These things were very, very difficult for me to practice. Then I slowly understood the program, and program is based on God's will and my will. I started building my own connection with God, During the free time, I used to pray, remember Him, ask Him for forgiveness, ask Him for salvation. So I used to read the Bible, and I used to read a lot from Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So I knew if I put my faith on God, I will not want anything else. Then I understood God did not care about my past, He loved me so much, He gave me this second chance. Took me out of that situation, He put me here, and He slowly reintroduced Him to me in a better way. Then I found out that He was a loving God. He always loved me. He had never left me. It was my self-will that took me where I was, I spent about 7 months in the rehab, and finally the discharge day came. I was so free. In the morning I would get up without any craving, without any need for money. I really enjoyed that freedom God gave me, When I was 51, I got married. As a recovering addict, I still have moments of weaknesses. Sometimes those are the times my wife started supporting. And now I realize that it was God's plan. And now I give service in 2 rehabs in Kalimpong. I was a very bad person. I have done a lot of bad things. I have gotten into bad situations. And, I have to make amends, and there are so many cases. Some people have died. Some people, if I make amends, people will get hurt. Either the person concerned will get hurt or I will get hurt. I cannot do it. And when I see result out of my service, good result, like people getting connected, to their family, cleaning out, I feel something of my own broken past is slowly mending. So God is giving me a chance to mend things, and He's given me He's using me. He's given me an opportunity to help people who are like me.